Okay, so we were just chatting about how we get a lot of feedback from the other tracks, so it's incredibly loud. I know you folks at home can't hear a lot of the background noise, which is great, but we're hearing a lot of background noise and a lot of loud things happening. Also, we're calling a simultaneous house call and stream, so a lot of the things that we're going to say and do will not be cognizant for the stream call. So...
All right, we are about ready to get things underway. We've got Shreddy Mercury out there on the line up first for Bridgetown, going up against Kama Kanji in orange. Nope. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. This bout going to be the first bout of this weekend for the Phoenix Rattlescapes, going up against Bridgetown, who has played twice this weekend and had big wins both time over Drive-By City, against Drive-By City and Deep Valley. I've been corrected. I was saying Phoenix Rattlescapes, but it's actually Arizona Rattlescapes. Do apologize.
It's always crazy when you get on the mic for the first time in a tournament.
I think they used to be Phoenix Men's Derby Rattlescapes, but they like to change it up on me. They just like to correct me, I'm pretty sure.
So it's their fault, and they're just making it confusing. I understand that. I had somebody tell me that one of their players was a pain, and I said, no, you know, I think you probably better be careful about who you're talking about there, you know. So I think we're going to see some pretty high-level roller derby. We've had a lot of that this weekend. It's been amazing to see Shreddy Mercury up to the line alongside number 9 from the from the Rattlescapes, Kama Kanji. And right off the bat, we have a lot of fast movement, pushing and shoving, and a lot of physical activity. No pass, no penalty for Shreddy Mercury from the Portland Bridgetown Menace. And we are still looking for a lead jammer. Kama Kanji battling his way through up against Munster and Cosmo Damage. Lead jam, Arizona calling off that jam right as Shreddy Mercury comes up alongside the back, and 5 points awarded to Portland in that jam.
All right, looks like we have number 17, Elysium, out on the line, going up against Eat the Poo Poo. Eat the Poo Poo trying to do it a little bit of defensive work, but taken out to the inside by Elysium.
Elysium trying to back him way up, and it does work. However, oh, beautiful job there, screaming through the pack, using his pack mates basically as rungs on a ladder. Absolutely amazing job there by Arizona, and he does get a big push out by Kieran Duncan, and so doesn't look like any points awarded there, but beautiful job there by Arizona. And boy, I'm noticing right off the bat that this Arizona team moves very fast. So we have Captain Obvious up to the line alongside T4 Rocket Sauce. Captain Obvious, lead jammer for Portland. He is looking for a sign from his bench. Looks like 55. Fred Nuts is headed to the penalty box. Captain Obvious picking up 5 points for Portland. And Rocket Sauce, hot on his trail, being chased down by Jukebox Hero, and he is not able to score. So no points awarded in that jam.
All right, we have a familiar lineup already. Shreddy Mercury back out on the line, going up against Kama Kanji. Rattle-Skates down one blocker with Fred Nuts in the penalty box.
Kamakanji taking a minute to look for his space and then finally placing himself at the line. Shredding Mercury getting a big push out from Venomous Vegan. Vegan trying to keep him behind the line. Shredding Mercury doing a jump over Demolition Man. And finally pushing his way to the front of the pack, picking up lead jam for Portland in the meantime. We have a hole opened up finally for number 9, Kamakanji, and he is going to come around Earl Slick, battling it out at the front of the pack with Sidlicious. Demolition Man looking behind him, taking out Kamakanji and pushing him out of bounds, and that is the end of that jam. 3 points, awarded to Portland and 1 to Arizona. I have to say, too, Arizona has one of the most fun fan clubs I've ever seen. There are women dressed in full snakeskin bodysuits out right across from us. It's quite fantastic.
I do believe it was a little bit of a payback for yesterday when all of the men of the Arizona Rattle-Skates were wearing bright pink shirts in support of the Tennessee Terrors. So it's one big happy family out there in Arizona. Meanwhile, on the track, we have just now finally gotten a lead jam as Eat the Poo Poo is still trying to fight his way through the back of the pack. Elysium has come back around and is already on his scoring pass as lead jammer. Two points awarded to Elysium on that one after he was being held in the back of that pack. After just 5 minutes of play, we have a score of 15-2 in favor of Portland. And we have a new jammer on the line. We've got Don Juan, the Devastator. It's his first time jamming in this bout, going up against the seasoned Kamakanji.
Icky, Blitzkrieg, Demolition Man, and Earl Slick rounding out the pack for Portland right now. And Demolition Man working his best to try and close off that hole for Arizona. Don Juan, the Devastator, having no problem pushing out in front and picking up lead jam for Portland. Arizona keeping a close eye, and Earl Slick recycling the pack all the way to the back. It looks like the jammer for Arizona has headed to the penalty box, and so Portland on a power jam. Blitzkrieg also headed to the penalty box. Arizona recycling itself to the back, trying to block Don Juan, the Devastator. Number 55, Fred Nuts, turning himself around to try and block Don Juan, the Devastator, pushing him out of bounds and picking up 5 points on his way through.
All right, with Kamakanji still in the penalty box, we will be starting out in a power jam in favor of Portland. Shredding Mercury out on the track and a 20-2 lead. Offensive crutch from the outside, giving Freddie Mercury that outside line that he needed. Able to push the pack out far enough to where he's able to get lead jam.
Shredding Mercury, 5 points for Portland as he wades his way through the Arizona pack. Oh, beautiful job there. Kamakanji coming out of the penalty box on one skater on the outside line. No points, sadly, awarded to Arizona on that pass. 2 points awarded to Portland. But Kamakanji showing us why he is clearly one of the favorite jammers on this team.
Number 17, Elysium, back out on the line with a star in his head, going up against Eat the Poo Poo. Eat the Poo Poo almost getting lost in a giant sea of purple, but meanwhile, Elysium was able to get through on the inside line and get lead jammer.
Rocket Sauce trying to stop him, doing a great job, but not quite able to make contact. And so Demolition Man taking on Eat the Poo Poo on the outside, but Poo Poo able to get around, although Munster laying him out of bounds, and has to come in back around behind Munster. Elysium making it back past what looked to me like Motorhead.
Two fresh jammers out on the track. We've got Johnny Smokescreen in orange going up against number 440, Captain Obvious. And that is a timeout. Looks like we will be in an official review. No, I'm sorry, not an official review, just an official timeout. All right, here we go. We're back on the track. Both jammers pushing their walls completely forward. Vegan taking Captain Obvious out to the outside, but meanwhile, Johnny Smokescreen being taken out as well. Both jammers recycled back to the back of the pack. Venomous Vegan joining Riot Earp in the penalty box. With only two Rattle Skates out on the track, Captain Obvious is able to get out and get lead jammer. As soon as Riot Earp was being released from the penalty box, another man in orange being sent over there, Motorhead being sent to the penalty box as well. Johnny Smokescreen still trying to fight his way around that last blocker, and he is able to do so. Fans making a little bit of noise because the jammer for purple is being sent to the penalty box. Not sure what the call was on that one, but that makes this a power jam in favor of the Rattle Skates. Rattle Skates trying to do some offensive work to help get Johnny Smokescreen through, but he is taken to the outside and brought back, recycled back to the back of the pack.
Captain Obvious taking a roundabout way to get back in, but working with his team a little bit, trying to find the right path, and so he finally does. Unfortunately, number 22 backing him pretty far up and having to come in behind Wyatt Earp. Finally, Blitzkrieg and Munster finding him a space, basically pushing the Arizona pack off to the side and giving him a space on the inside to come through. 5 points accrued to Arizona on that jam, though. Your current score, 46-12 in favor of the Bridgetown Menace with 18 minutes remaining in this half. Looks like we have an official timeout happening here. If you are in the building, be sure to buy raffle tickets, still on sale, Lots of fun things being given away, including 2 MVP tickets to RollerCon. So be sure to check those out. First prize will be drawn tonight at 7 p.m. on track 1 at halftime of the Rose, Texas game. Go find the tallest person you know, like one of these tall fellows on skates, and get yourself a whole string for 20 bucks. Back to the action, Kama Kanji. Oh, taking Earl Slick out. Beautiful job there on the defense, picking up lead jammer. Shreddy Mercury quickly exiting straight behind him, but Kama Kanji doing some great combination offense-defense work as the pack tries to reset, and he does pick up 1 point for that pass. 2 points awarded to Portland.
Kama Kanji taking the line once again against Elysium, taking that outside lane, able to stay on his feet and in the track and get lead jammer. Elysium still trying to fight his way around that wall up in front. Kama Kanji being sent to the penalty box for a forearm call. He will be spending his 30 seconds, allowing this to be a power jam in favor of Portland once again with Elysium out on the track.
Elysium having a tough time with Arizona's pack. Number 11, Sid Licious, last line of defense for Arizona, chasing him down, but does need to let him go. Arizona regrouping, Portland trying to figure out how best to help Elysium. Number 55 jumping around, trying to keep Elysium back. Fred Nuts doing a great job forcing the call off from Elysium. A great defensive work there by Arizona to force that call. Looks like we have an official timeout called. Some question about what is happening in the penalty box.
Our men in purple showing exactly what it means, to how important it is to have lead jammer status. In the 11 jams that we have had out here in this first half of the bout, they have gotten lead jammer 7 of the 11 times. So that's definitely helped aiding in making that large gap between the scores for them and the Rattleskates. Almost a 40-point game at this moment. The Rattleskates are definitely going to have to try to get their jammer out of that pack a little bit faster. Meanwhile, both jammers being released from the penalty box, and Kama Kanji taking the inside line, coming out with a little bit of fire in his eyes, skates right through, and he is lead jammer. We had an attempt at a star pass. Shreddy Mercury was out there. His pivot was handed the star pass, but committed a penalty and was sent to the penalty box. Not sure if he's in that penalty box as the jammer or as a blocker. Looks like we'll be starting off this jam as a power jam with Eat the Poo Poo on the line. Heathen trying to do a little bit of offensive crush on the outside. Eat the Poo Poo still being taken down by one of the blockers in purple. Jukebox Hero trying to jump back and force a cut call, but Eat the Poo Poo was able to get back on the track before his hips passed. Eat the Poo Poo still trying to fight his way through the pack, and he's finally able to do so. He has gotten that lead jammer status.
Shreddy Mercury back out of the penalty box. Now wearing the jammer cap, so he is going to continue in his capacity as jammer. Comes right up against the back of the Arizona pack, but not able to pick up any points, and it looks like he assesses another penalty on his way through.
Illegal procedure. Thank you.
Looks like that was an illegal procedure call on Shreddy Mercury, so he will be spending more time in the box this jam as well. Power jam situation now for Arizona as number 9, Kamakanji, takes the line. Kamakanji getting a huge push. And it looks like someone is going to get the penalty for that. Lead jam, Kamakanji. As Random Battle heads to the penalty box to join Shreddy Mercury. Kamakanji having a rough time and taking a big hit from Cosmo Damage. Cosmo Damage backing him way up to the back. As Kamakanji reassesses and tries to figure out what to go. 2 Arizona players headed to the penalty box. And so Arizona skating very short in their pack.
Now we've got number 69, Don Juan, back out on the line going up against T4, Rocket Sauce. Both jammers trying to dance their way around. Don Juan getting taken to the outside, but gets back in fast enough that he can then switch to the inside and get through for lead jammer status. Fred Nuts being sent back to the penalty box. Not sure what the penalty was on that one.
So Arizona rotating their penalty box just a little bit in this section of the bout. Very frustrating for them. Number 15-3, Demolition Herbie rejoining the pack now. And Portland forming a very strong wall up at the front, pushing everybody to the side. Don Juan the Devastator coming around the outside, picking up 5 more points. And it looks like number 7, Venomous Vegan, headed to the penalty box for Arizona. Rocket Sauce pushing his way past Jukebox Hero. Jukebox Hero stretching it out as far as he can before he needs to let him go. And Don Juan the Devastator coming back around for another 4 points, being passed by Rocket Sauce and calling off that jam.
That jam, a 19-point jam for Don Juan, taking our score to 75-23 in favor of Portland with just under 11 minutes left in this half. We've got Kick Me out on the line going up against Elysium. This being Kick Me's first time with a star on in this tournament, but Elysium has gotten out first and is able to get lead jammer Kick Me being sent to the penalty box for a cut call.
Power jam situation now for Portland, and this is not what Arizona is looking to do right now. Working very hard at keeping Elysium back, so great job there by one-man Wolfpack at the front of that pack, trying to hold back Elysium. Number 7 headed back to the penalty box, Venomous Vegan. Looks like that was a high block call, if I'm not mistaken.
Rattle Skates are most definitely going to have to learn to clean up their game and stay out of the penalty box if they hope to score any more points than what they've been doing so far. Without blockers on the track, it just makes it that much easier for the jammer to push through. Kick Me doing what he can to try to stay in the middle and drive through on that track, but he was pushed to the outside and recycled backwards. Meanwhile, Elysium has gotten through and gotten another 5 points for the Bridgetown Menace. Sidalicious with a little bit of offensive assistance in the back of the pack, able to get Kick Me out of that pack, forcing the call off by Elysium. All right, I just want to take a second to thank some of our vendors. We got lots of vendors over there on track 1. Pivot Star, Pretty Little Tragic, Rydell, Roller Doll, Skate Geek, Sweat Hog, Team USA, Thrive. We got all kinds of vendors. Be sure to go check them out over in the concourse near track 1. Anything your little derby heart could desire will probably be over there in one of those booths. But meanwhile, back here on track 3, that is the signal for the end of the timeout. We've got Eat the Poo Poo dancing around in the back of the pack. Going up against number 85, Shreddy Mercury. Shreddy proven to be one of the main jammers for Bridgetown. Between Shreddy and Elysium, they have gotten a majority of their points. And Shreddy once again out first and lead jammer, but Eat the Poo Poo was able to get out of the pack so closely behind him and pass him. So he may be the lead jammer, but he is not in fact in the lead at the moment. But he is able to swing his hips around and call off that jam after getting 1 point, leaving Eat the Poo Poo scoreless.
Once again, Captain Obvious up to the line alongside Rocket Sauce. Munster, Cosmo Damage, Earl Slick. And Random Battle up to the line. Oh! Captain Obvious taking a big hit right off the bat. Able to hop back up and still make his way through as lead jammer Earl Slick chasing down number 9, Kamakanji. Kamakanji taking a big hit from Earl Slick, able to hop back up and even get a point on his way back through. Portland picking up 3 points on that pass. 7 minutes to go in this half. Your current score 101-24 in favor of the Bridgetown Menace. Don Juan the Devastator up to the line against Eat the Poo Poo. Oh! Beautiful job there by Eat the Poo Poo. Looked almost like a Pegasus jump across the apex. Got a big hand from one of his teammates to make the jump and picked up lead jammer. Absolutely gorgeous. Hits the back of the pack. Does not pick up any points for that. Portland also with 0 points. Nice defensive move by Demolition Man there with the push out of Eat the Poo Poo as he came around.
All right, we got Elysium out there on the line once again, this time going up against Riot Earp. This being Riot Earp's first time with the Jammer Star in this bout. Riot Earp is out front and lead Jammer, but he is followed close behind by Elysium with a little bit of Jammer on Jammer loving happening on. Riot Earp able to push Elysium to the inside and then get back into the track, hoping for his team to get him a point. Not sure if that was a success, and it was not. In fact, a 0-0 score in that jam. Portland's defense is definitely something that we don't want to reckon with, so it looks like the Rattle-Skates are having to do what they can to try to come up with other strategies and ways to get around that incredibly, I can't even think of the word, the incredibly tense battle that's happening on the track right now.
Well, and Portland is well known for being a very fast team and a very cognizant team. They work extremely well as a group. They modify very well for different teams, and they have strategies that work for them that they continue to use all the time.
All right, with just over 4 minutes left, we have a timeout called from the purple bench. Right now, our score 101-25. That score been fairly close to the same thing for the last 3 jams now. Both of these teams figuring out what they've got to do to stop that other team from scoring. All right, just a friendly reminder, the Big O is the first certified socially and environmentally responsible roller derby event. As a green event, we encourage everyone to please utilize the receptacles for composting and recycling. This being a green state, of course, we want to make sure that we are keeping our planet around as long as possible. So do your part and use the receptacles that are available for you.
So just a reminder to everybody out there in the venue, check out Blair Alley. They are going to be taking care of the after party on Sunday night. Please join us out there. It's going to be an awesome time. Emerald City Roller Girls would also like to thank Oakshire Brewing, strength, independence, and community. Visit Oakshire Brewing. Also, visit the Wild Duck Cafe for fresh-made sandwiches, salad, snacks, coffee, as well as your favorite beverage. Visit the Lobby Grill for burgers, fries, hot dogs, chicken wraps, and more. We are back to the action. After that timeout, Captain Obvious picking up lead jam for Portland. Eat the Poo Poo getting a huge push down from Munster and Cosmo Damage. Number 42 and 667 Motorhead and Heathen doing a great job at holding back Captain Obvious for a time. He breaks through and picks up 5 points. Meanwhile, Eat the Poo Poo on his way back through the pack for his initial run. Captain Obvious calling off that jam, and Arizona not able to pick up any points on that pass.
All right, for those of you at home that can't hear the crowd yelling, that is Kamakanji out on the line going up against number 17, Elysium. And Kamakanji out of the pack, through right up the middle. He is lead jammer.
Oh!
His team doing what they can to keep the rest of the pack on the outside.
Kamakanji taking a big hit off of Demolition Man. Demolition Man giving the crowd a little bow there. Kamakanji coming around the inside and catching Demolition Man in just the right angle. Kick Me alongside Shreddy Mercury on the line. Shreddy Mercury looking over his shoulder as Kick Me tries to find a hole. Kick Me coming around the outside, or excuse me, the inside line, running into Earl Slick and Cosmo Damage. The Beards with the most there on Portland. He does manage to squeeze through on the inside, but steps out of bounds. Earl Slick backing him up. And this time he is able to make it through. Cosmo Damage chasing him down, not able to catch him. He is not the lead jammer. Shreddy Mercury is your lead jammer, catching back up to him, looking for a sign from his pack. And he will call off the jam after picking up 5 points for Portland. Don won the Devastator, acting like a pinball inside the Arizona pack. Finally managing to come out, barely on his feet as lead jammer. Great defensive job there by Arizona. 8-6-1, Eat the Poo Poo, hot on his tail. Oh! Don won the Devastator, attempting the apex jump, getting blocked in the air by number 22, Riot Earp. Taking a hard fall. Ow. And that is our half. We are going to give it about 10 minutes, and then we will be back to the second half of this Portland, Arizona Rattle-Skates bout. My name is Julia Childless alongside Lil Bunny FU, and we will see you in a few minutes.
All right, we are back underway. We've got Eat the Poo Poo going out on the line against Shreddy Mercury. Rattle-Skates starting off with a little bit of a stronger defense than they had before, but Shreddy Mercury is able to find that hole and get out and get lead jammer. Meanwhile, Sidalicious had been sent to the penalty box for a multiplayer. Eat the Poo Poo finally able to sneak through on the inside, but Freddie Mercury is making his way around on his scoring pass. And after scoring his 5 points, calls off the jam.
All right, then Kick Me up alongside Down on the Devastator for Portland. Kick Me starting a little bit further back, trying to assess the situation. Down on the Devastator coming up against number one man Wolfpack, getting pushed out and having to recycle to the back. Looks like Johnny Smokescreen picking up a penalty and having to skate the entire length of the track to get back. And Down on the Devastator lead jam for Portland, while Kick Me is still trying to break himself free of that Portland pack. Portland bridging out. Cosmo Damage forcing him pretty far back right there, and Down on the Devastator trying to come around the inside, finally having to veer off. One man Wolfpack going after him, jumping past number 7 Venomous Vegan, picking up 5 big points. Kick Me trying to get around Icky and Cosmo Damage and not quite able to do it. Down on the Devastator taking on number 7. Oh, number 7, Destruction of Pack call, headed to the penalty box. Venomous Vegan, that is his 6th penalty in this bout.
Number 861, Eat the Poo Poo out on the line, going up against number 440, Captain Obvious. Both jammers trying to fight through the middle, but a hole opens up on the inside, allowing Eat the Poo Poo to sneak through and get lead jammer. Venomous Vegan hitting Captain Obvious out to the outside and taking it back, recycling to the back of the pack. But Earl Slick doing the exact same thing to Eat the Poo Poo. Eat the Poo Poo able to score 4 points and call off the jam before Captain Obvious was able to get through for his scoring pass, taking our score to 146-33 in favor of Portland. With 24 minutes left in this bout, Kamakanji out on the line, going up against Shreddy Mercury. Both jammers jumping in headstrong. Shreddy Mercury going up against Johnny Smokescreen and taking him out to get lead jammer. But Kamakanji is close on his heels. Both jammers coming around for their scoring pass. Scoreless jam on that one, but that does not mean it wasn't intense and a lot of fun to watch. Sidalicious out there on the line with a star in his head. This is the first time jamming in this bout, going up against Elysium, who we have seen several times this afternoon.
Elysium trying to put the hit on Sidalicious, but looks like he is not able to recycle back. Oh my goodness, Sidalicious picking up the track cut for that. Elysium on the power jam, trying to battle his way through. Number 74 not making it easy for him. rocket sauce. Finally, Elysium pushing his way through, picking up lead jam for Portland. Munster opening up a hole for him.
Sidalicious coming out of the penalty box, taking on Elysium and hitting him hard and causing him to fall down the track, but he's back up and back through that pack. Eat the Poo going out there against Don Juan, but Don Juan able to get through the center of that pack like he was unopposed, getting himself a lead jammer. Being followed quickly behind him is Eat the Poo Poo. Once again, another scoreless jam for both of these teams. Shreddy Mercury back on the line going up against Kamakanji. Portland starting this jam down one blocker shy as they had one blocker in the penalty box.
Shreddy Mercury having no problem at all making his way around the infield to pick up lead jam. Kamakanji, a little jammer on jammer action, trying to force the call off. Shreddy Mercury not really complying with that. Munster now released from the penalty box. And Shreddy Mercury waiting till the last minute to call off that jam. So Eat the Poo Poo up alongside Captain Obvious. Earl Slick taking the front line, working on clearing a hole for Captain Obvious. Eat the Poo Poo crawling along the infield. And it looks like we have a no pass, no penalty that happened, so he will not be picking up any points for that pass. But Captain Obvious being joined by Cosmo Damage and oh, Captain Obvious taking a big hit there from number 11, Sidlicious. Looks like it just stunned him, so he looks like he's going to be okay.
We do have an official review being called by Portland. Not 100% sure what it is that they're reviewing.
Well, it does look like Sidlicious was assessed the penalty for that. So hopefully we'll hear from somebody about what this official review is all about. Okay, so we did have an official review that happened. Portland called the official review looking for the call on that pass that happened where Poo-Poo was crawling along the infield. He did not get lead jam because he was on the floor when he passed. And so the call stands the way it is. There were no points assessed. He did not get lead. But it was a legal pass. There was no penalty assessed either. So we did, whoa, a big hit on Elysium from number 9, Kamakanji. And so Kamakanji will continue to skate. Elysium will call off that jam. Shreddy Mercury up alongside Eat to Poo Poo. Arizona skating 2 men short in their pack right now. And it looks like we have a quick official timeout that's happening now again.
That's Elysium, right? Purple 1-7. Yeah, he's going to be sitting for a low block.
Okay. All right, that official review, they were having a chit chat in the center in regards to Elysium, the purple jammer. He will be sent to the penalty box for a low block call. He was assessed that low block on the orange jammer, so he'll be spending 30 seconds in the penalty box, making this a power jam with Eat the Poo Poo on the line.
Looks like Arizona letting him handle it by himself. No pass, no penalty assessed to Arizona, and Arizona stopping that pack to give him a chance to come through. Arizona slowly reaccumulating the members of their pack, and Blitzkrieg headed to the penalty box. Eat the Poo Poo, 5 points for Arizona. As Fred Nuts also heads to the penalty box. Elysium now rejoining the pack and working on his initial pass. He is now your lead jammer. And Eat the Poo Poo, another pass for 4 points. So 9 points assessed to Eat the Poo Poo, and Elysium calling off that jam after he picks up 2 points for Portland.
All right, with about 17 minutes left in the bout, we have a score of 158-47. Don Juan on the track with the purple star. He is our lead jammer, going up against Kick Me for the Rattlescapes. Johnny Smokescreen with a big hit to Don Juan, taking him down. Don Juan able to get back up, score a couple more points, and call off the jam before Kick Me was able to get back into the pack. Shreddy Mercury taking the line, going up against Kamakanji. Both jammers using a little bit of footwork to bounce their way around and trying to find any hole that they can find. Kamakanji getting sent to the penalty box for a low block, making this a power jam in favor of Shreddy Mercury and the Portland Menace.
Shreddy Mercury making a big pass through the pack. Number 11, Sid Licious, trying to stop him, and Shreddy Mercury, a big hit on Sid Licious, picking up 5 extra points, and Blitzkrieg looking to open the hole for Shreddy.
Looks like Demolition Herbie will be sent to the penalty box for a forearm. Kamakanji coming out of the penalty box and getting sent directly back in. This will continue the power jam situation in favor of Bridgetown. Bridgetown choosing to use the passive offense, allowing their jammer to push on his own through that wall of 3.
Five more points for Shreddy Mercury as he comes back around. Sid Licious now headed to the penalty box for Arizona. And finally, number 9, Kamakanji escaping the pack. Shreddy Mercury then calling off that jam after collecting 4 extra points for Portland. Elysium up to the line alongside Eek DePupu. Okay, Elysium pulling out as lead jammer, being chased down by number 35. Itapupu trying to come along the outside, chased down by Munster, and he is able to squeeze past not your lead jammer, but Elysium collecting 5 more points for Portland and calling off that jam. Captain Obvious being blocked up at the front by Arizona, looking for the call, but it doesn't look like he is going to receive it. Instead, we have 2 Arizona players headed to the penalty box. Captain Obvious picking up 5 extra points for Portland as Arizona's jammer recycles to the back of the pack. Captain Obvious taking on Motorhead at the very front of the pack. Motorhead trying to stretch out the pack as far as he can, but has to let him go. Earl Slick pushing everybody back to the center to reform the pack. Demolition Man trying to close up that hole and managing to, with the help of Cosmo Damage, push out Kick Me. Meanwhile, Captain Obvious collecting 5 more points for Portland as he comes around, and Kick Me again being recycled to the back of the pack, this time by Blitzkrieg. Oh, Captain Obvious taking a big hit from number 667, Motorhead. He is able to jump back up, picking up 5 points. Motorhead taking on Earl Slick at the front of the pack. Earl Slick trying to clear a spot and rejoin his pack together. Kick Me once again getting pushed out of the outside, and that jam is over.
All right, with just over 10 minutes left, we have a score of 222 to 46. Sidalicious out on the line, going up against Shreddy Mercury. Shreddy Mercury coming up against Riot Earp and one-man Wolfpack. Holding him off in the back of the pack. Sidalicious able to get out first and get lead jammer. Unfortunately for Sid, though, Shreddy Mercury is not too far behind. Eat the Poo-Poo going on out there against Elysium. Elysium getting out first. Eat the Poo-Poo getting taken out to the outside. Jumping over one of his own teammates and coming straight into a purple blocker. Venomous Vegan recycling Asylum back to the back of the pack, forcing him to call it off before Eat the Poo-Poo got into the pack himself. Only a 1 point assessed for the purple team in that one. Kamakanji taking the jammer line against Don Juan, the Devastator.
Kamakanji setting himself up on the inside line. Don Juan, the Devastator, coming straight down the middle. Kamakanji doing a great job picking up lead jammer on the infield, closely followed by Don Juan, the Devastator. The pack is moving very quickly. Earl Slick trying to regain space in his pack. Blitzkrieg trying to break a hole for Don Juan, the Devastator. Devastator taking out Kamakanji, who calls off the jam.
Don Juan hoping to see some fingers up on the points of his jammer ref, but he was not too happy to see that was a scoreless jam for both teams.
Shreddy Mercury with Sidlicious. Shreddy Mercury pushing his way through the Arizona pack without any trouble. Sidlicious finally finding a hole and following close behind him. Shreddy Mercury, a little check on Sidlicious there. Sidlicious not being pushed over, but no score for either team on that pass.
Kamakanji forced out to the outside of the pack by Earl Slick, allowing Elysium just enough time to fight his way through the pack. He is our lead jammer. Oh, Captain Obvious with a fancy juke and just getting right on the outside and through the pack. Eat the Poo getting a cut call and being sent to the penalty box. And with lead jammer status, this makes Captain Obvious the only jammer on the track in a power jam situation. Captain Obvious able to just come toe-to-toe and barrel his way through each and every one of the blockers from the Arizona team. Oh, Riot Earp with a beautiful maneuver of pushing the jammer to the outside all his lone, but unfortunately he was out of play, so they actually assess him a penalty. He is now being sent to the penalty box, which left Captain Obvious to get through and score more points. Meanwhile, Eat the Poo Poo has been released from the penalty box. He is still on his, well, he had gotten through his initial pass, so I'm assuming he is actually now on his scoring pass. Nope, that was his initial pass. Captain Obvious trying to score as last many points as possible. Calling off the jam and immediately falling into fetal position.
Okay, with 3.5 minutes left to go in this bout. Your score 248-250 in favor of the Bridgetown Menace. Shreddy Mercury up to the line for the Bridgetown Menace, and number 9, Kama Kanji for Arizona. Looks like we are working on an official timeout. Make sure you stick around for the rest of the day. It is only 5 o'clock. Directly following this bout, the Philly Roller Girls take on the Kansas City Roller Girls on track 1. On track 2, Santa Cruz and Lava City. That is a juniors bout that is happening. Later tonight, we have Humboldt, Emerald City, Texas Roller Girls, and Rose City Roller Girls at 7 o'clock. That's bound to be an exciting bout. Japan and Arizona, Scotland Sac City at 7 and 7:30. Lots of roller derby yet to come and more tomorrow.
Right now on the track, Shreddy Mercury going up against Kama Kanji. Kama Kanji able to find a hole right in the middle and get out and get lead jammer. Both of these teams racing this pack. Bridgetown trying to get all of their teammates up into the front of the pack and race it as fast as possible. Kama Kanji able to get around one of the fallen blockers, get his 1 point and call it off before Bridgetown able to score any points.
Sid Licious up to the line alongside Don Juan, the Devastator.
Oh, and Don Juan getting sent to the penalty box for a back block call. That makes this a power jam in favor of the Rattlescapes, with Sidalicious doing what he can to push that wall. Getting recycled back, the Rattlescapes stopping the purple team from going back any further.
Sid Licious running up against Blitzkrieg and Munster. Cosmo Damage assessing the pack space. Sid Licious, lead jammer, working on his scoring pass. Munster and Cosmo Damage Blitzkrieg pushing Cosmo Damage, using him as a blocker. 5 points for Sidlicious as he comes around for Arizona.
Arizona doing a good job of keeping one of the Bridgetown blockers goaded in the back of the pack, keeping it a really slow pack for Sidlicious to be able to get as many points as possible.
So Sidlicious able to collect 10 points for Arizona on that pass.
All right, with just over 1 minute left in this bout, this is most likely our last jam. We've got Elysium out on the line going up against Riot Earp.
Riot Earp doing a little dancing around on the line there. Elysium working to push him out of bounds. Riot Earp working his way around the pack. Elysium getting pushed out of bounds by Fred Nuts. Nuts backing him back up.
Riot Earp getting sent to the penalty box for a cut. And amongst all of that scrum and fighting back and forth, his foot went out of play and he continued to step forward. That making this a power jam for Elysium.
Portland slowing the pack way down, giving Elysium a chance to catch up, and Elysium patiently working his way through the Arizona pack. Earl Slick opening him up a spot, and Elysium working his way through as Arizona bridges. 5 points for Portland, and he will call off that jam as we end this bout. Your unofficial final, 253-58 in favor of the Bridgetown Menace. All right, that is it for us. I am Julia Childless alongside Lil Bunny FU, and please stick around for the rest of the day and check out the rest of the Derby. We will see you later.